Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a story that starts out like your typical charming pastoral fable. But let me tell you, it very quickly escalates into a gripping, almost true crime tale. We're talking deception, unprovoked murder, and a cold-blooded, meticulously planned revenge plot. We're breaking down the classic folktale, The Battle of the Monkey and Crabs. It's a truly fascinating look at how a seemingly innocent friendship can just completely curdle into a cycle of violence. And it's all triggered by a single act of greed over a snack. So think about this for a second. What actually happens when a bad trade between friends turns into a violent betrayal? It's a question that sets the stage for one of the most intense, high-stakes revenge thrillers you will ever come across in traditional folklore. Because this isn't just a story about animals, you know? It's a look at the absolute extremes characters will go to when their trust is entirely broken. The stakes in this story start off so small, but they escalate wildly and rapidly. All right, let's dive into this. Section 1. The Unequal Trade. A snack for a seed. Picture this. A long time ago, we have these two constant companions, a crab and a monkey, just out for a stroll. One fine day, fate hands them each a totally different prize, and there is a really stark contrast in what they find. As the crab scuttles beside the river, it discovers this hearty, delicious rice ball. It's a ready-to-eat feast. Meanwhile, scampering along a hillside path, the monkey finds a tiny persimmon seed. The crab, being a solid friend, excitedly calls the monkey over to show off the rice ball. Well, the monkey takes one look at the crab's snack, instantly realizes he got the short end of the stick, and pulls the seed from his fur. He actually tries to claim his find is the better one. He immediately begins to scheme and offers a swap. Naturally, the crab objects, and rightfully so. The seed is tiny, and the rice ball is a substantial meal right here, right now. But the monkey is incredibly cunning. He tells the crab, but you can grow the seed into a tree and eat all the persimmons you like. Notice how the monkey completely weaponizes logic here? He plays on the crab's long-term desires, painting this beautiful picture of endless future rewards just to secure a present-day gain for himself. And the crazy thing is, it works. The trusting crab agrees to the exchange, and the very second the deal is struck, the monkey snatches the rice ball and selfishly gobbles the whole thing down right there on the spot. Section 2. A Deadly Harvest. Patience meets treachery. So, the monkey takes his quick meal and just bails, leaving the crab holding a tiny seed and a promise of the future. But the crab is the absolute epitome of patience and hard work. On day 1, it plants the seed in its garden and gets to watering it. As a tiny shoot breaks through, the crab literally sings to the plant while plying it with water. Then spring rolls around, the shoot has become a full-fledged tree, leaves fill its firm branches, and flowers bloom. Finally, we hit autumn. After the crab changes its song to one of ripening fruit, the branches grow heavy with persimmons. The crab nurtured its side of the bargain beautifully. But there's a pretty major problem. The crab is way too short to reach the fruit overhead, and all its sidewise efforts to climb the trunk just fail completely. Now, one day, the monkey happens to pass by. The crab, still trusting this old companion for some reason, offers the monkey some persimmons in exchange for simply picking them. The monkey scrambles up, but instead of helping, he just gorges himself at the treetop, where the crab can't see him, raving about how sweet they are. When the crab asks for his share, the monkey licks the juice from his paws, selects a greenish fruit, and hurls it down. The crab tries it and complains, "This is too bitter. Give me a ripe one." And this brings us to the really shocking twist in our story. The monkey doesn't just laugh it off. When the crab protests again, the monkey throws an even greener fruit. And upon a third protest, the monkey actually hisses at his friend. He picks the hardest, absolute greenest persimmon on the entire tree and flings it directly at the crab. It strikes the crab shell with a loud crack, killing it instantly. This is a staggering escalation, right? Going from a greedy deception into literal, unprovoked murder. The monkey simply hops down and departs with a stuffed belly and arms full of fruit, leaving his friend dead on the ground. Section 3. The Motley Crew, an Unlikely Alliance. Now the monkey's departure is observed by the crab's children. They approach the tree and wail at the devastating sight of their dead parent under the ravaged branches, and they immediately vow revenge on the deceitful monkey. And guys, this is where the narrative pivots into a bizarre, surreal heist movie. An old chestnut comes along, hears their tragic story, and agrees to help. Then they are joined by a group of characters who were just passing by. I really want you to appreciate this hit squad for a second. We have the grieving crab's children, a chestnut, a wasp, a literal cowpat, and a heavy wooden mortar. It sounds completely absurd, I know, but make no mistake, this motley crew is absolutely lethal. They form a rock-solid alliance to execute a flawless assassination plot. Section 4. The Ambush. A premeditated strike. The group swears a solemn oath and infiltrates the monkey's house while he's out. And they don't just wait around. They utilize their unique physical characteristics for a devastating ambush with absolute tactical precision. They meticulously choose their hiding spots. The chestnut burrows deep into the hot ashes of the hearth. The wasp conceals itself perfectly behind the water jug. The cowpat positions itself just outside the door. And the weighty wooden mortar hauls itself all the way up to the roof. The tension builds as dusk falls. They wait in total, terrifying silence for the exhausted monkey to return from his day's activities. Eventually, the monkey comes home, slumps down beside the hearth, mutters that he's thirsty, and reaches for the kettle. Now watch this rapid-fire chain reaction unfold. Step 1, the chestnut leaps up from the hot ashes and severely burns the monkey's nose. Step 2, screaming in pain, the monkey reaches for the water jug to cool the burn, but the wasp buzzes out and aggressively stings him right on the forehead. Step 3, in a state of total panic, the monkey flees for the door, but slips entirely on the ridiculous, perfectly placed cow dung hidden in his path, crashing hard to the ground. And Step 4, before he can even catch a single breath, the heavy wooden mortar launches itself from the roof, landing squarely on the monkey and flattening him beneath its crushing weight. The execution is utterly flawless. The monkey is completely pinned and helpless. Then, the crab's children emerge from the shadows. They gather around the flattened, defeated monkey and deliver a chilling final sentence. Thus we avenge our parents' killer. Without a moment's hesitation, they use their sharp claws to cleanly cut off the monkey's head. It is a swift, brutal, and totally definitive end to the betrayal. Section 5. Lessons in Karma. The Cost of Betrayal. So, we've gone from a riverside stroll and a simple snack swap to a highly coordinated execution. It's a whole lot to process, for sure, but the ultimate takeaway here is the inescapable nature of consequence. Deception provided the monkey with a quick meal, right? A rice ball up front and a stolen persimmon harvest later. But that self-serving betrayal triggered a perfectly coordinated, inescapable karmic justice. The monkey's initial manipulation, his choice to trade on his friend's trust, and his casual violence over a piece of fruit led directly and irrevocably to his own bizarre, incredibly violent doom. Which leaves us with this final thought to ponder today. We see the consequences of the monkey's actions, but look at the aftermath. Does the sheer brutality of the crab children's revenge make justice absolute? Or does this surreal hit squad, featuring a wasp, a cowpat, and a mortar, simply highlight the wild, insanely unpredictable, and chaotic nature of karma? Did the punishment truly fit the crime, or did the violence just breed more violence? It's a dark, fascinating tale that really makes you rethink those simple fables of your childhood. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning the stories you think you know.